Hello, I'm really glad you joined me today for the band session. It's going to be a core session and it's going to be working the arms and legs as well. So you may have already seen my long band, short band session, which was all about standing up using the long band, which I've gone for a reasonably heavy resistance band, the long one, and then heavy or medium heavy on my round short ones. And I know this is quite a popular thing because some of you told me, just really easy to take them away with you, do this workout anywhere. These come in groups of 4 or 5, you can get them loads of different places, and of course the long bands as well. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy that standing up one. This time it's all going to be mat work, but we are going to stand to do a warm up. So if you've got your bands ready, and just place them by the side where you're not going to step on them or anything, have enough room to move about in, bottle of water I suggest as well. Okay, if you've got all those stuff to go, and we'll get ready to go. Okay, so if you just do a warm up for me, we're just going to do a little mud through. Just feel that through the toes into the heel. Good, so just hands on the hips, keep your abs pulled in. Slower. Okay, I'm going to do a step touch, step touch. Good, so again, I'm just pulling that air back, grabbing it, pulling it back, keeping those abs pulled in, give me a little lift. Okay, out, give me a roll. Just getting those hip flexors, little stretch off, and the other way, keeping those abs pulled in. Okay, down to here, little drop in with the shoulder, drop it in. Good, so feel you get that little twist through the waist, your legs stay where they are, just holding onto the knees. I'm going to go side to side, side, up. Good, so pushing the bottom out, getting the chest down to the thighs. Little reach, little reach. Still that straight leg on one side. Good, I've got 4 more. Gonna walk it in, walk it in, walk it out. Now go the other way. Coming up, just the other leg goes out. Well done. Okay, we're going to do a little squat. Lift up to the side. Feel it on the outside of the hip. Squat and lift the knee. Squat, lift the knee. Now on that knee, I'm going to do a little turn as well. Just turn it around. Through the waist, long leg, here, reach it out. Yeah, sitting back on your squat each time, reaching out for that shin. Well done, walk it out, walk it out, walk it in. Good, 2 more. Then going the other way, step it out, step it in. Big with the arms. Okay, up on your toes, reach it in. Keep your shoulders low, then feel open out through the chest, and the other one was opening out through the shoulder blades. Okay, go travel the way that I'm going with that circle, then up on your toes, reach it up. Now bring it in, as you step out, brings it in. Both in. Okay, just a little lean forward, a little lean forward. Coming back. Yeah, just dropping it down. Back up. Well done. Just a little shake off. Okay, lovely, good. So, what I'm going to do first of all, as I say, it's going to be mat work. I'm going to be working with a longer band. So remember again, it's going to be 45 on, 15 off. So, grabbing your long band, an extra mat if you want it. Don't want how hard your floor is and how flat your mat is. Okay, good work, well done. Done. Got everything. Remember to take water whenever you want it. Have it by. Okay, on my first one, it's going to be the full sit-up with the tricep kickback. Okay, so it's here. So I've got those long bands. Okay, so my knees stay bent the whole time. I come up, and then I work off my own strength here to get that kick back. So again, all about that zip and that hollow on. Okay, lovely, good. Are we ready to go? Just around your insteps. Lowerish down so it's not going to ping on you and come up. Okay, so I'm going down first, so you can get that nice roll. Okay, so rolling down, come up, give me that kick back. Remember to try and get that roll with that zip and hollow on. Knees always bent, don't straighten them off. When I get to the top, my back has to be really straight. My shoulders down and back. Good, and get me that kick back. Lovely, good. Make each one a really good one. We don't put our head back at the end, remember? They travel back with me slightly, those heels, and then I came up. Okay, lovely, good. Okay, so I get that section done again. Okay, are we ready? Okay. Coming up, kick back. Really get those elbows straight, remember. Important for those triceps to get that work. Good, going down into single figures now. Make each one a good one, don't rush it. Slower is better, remember that lovely straight back. And good work, well done. Okay, lovely. I'm over to my front for the next one. Okay, it's around. You're in step again. This time, I'm making a flat hand with those weight through my heels to my palm. So when I stretch my leg out, you can hold on to it a little bit if you want to, but don't have to be scrunched up. I'm going to get that lift. Remember, I'm going to get the lift nice and straight, not a drop lift. Okay, so it's really working the core. You have some seconds left. Hold with that box shape, zip and hollow on. Okay, straighten the leg out. Get me that lift. Good, so again, that lift, glute and hamstring working for me, core keeping my hips, face towards the floor. When I'm on the other knee, I'm on pretty square on the other knee. Don't roll to the outside of that knee, then your hips will roll as well. Everything's still facing towards the floor. We've got that zip and hollow on. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. Round to the other leg. Round that instep. And I get that lift. I'm keeping my leg straight as I can, keeping square on the other knee, and keeping my weight fairly even. There will be more work going down the side of the leg that's lifting. That's where you'll find the work. Zip and hollow on. My lower back doesn't change angle to get the leg lifted. It's all about the glute. Keeping that zip and hollow on. Good. Give me that lift. Coming down into single figures now. Lovely, good. Now we're going to lie on our back for the next one. Still with my knees bent. It's basically going to be a sit-up, but this time, bands around my head. This is a great exercise for people who find sit-ups hard to finish on. So again, what I'm going to do, my sit-up comes from there. I don't pull myself forward, my arms just come with me, but my head is really supported in that band. So again, it's not about having your hands behind your head this time, it's about relaxing that head in the bands. Okay, are we ready? Still a few seconds left. So the hands stay exactly the same the whole time. Head rested. Do me that sit up. Good, get me that lift. Squeeze. Make sure that head is still rested. The weight is taken by my hands, my arms in that position. I can feel it on my arms. It's the weight of my head. Okay, that band. Your head is well supported. Try and really relax the neck. And then you can really concentrate on your sit-up. Taking those shoulders off the floor each time. I don't have any momentum. I have to really work those long abs. And when I go down, my rib cage stays low. Don't let that rib cage come up. Good, really feeling it in my arms as well. It's the weight of my head. Then get the curl through those long abs. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. So now around one foot. My other foot is underneath. Now you can pull these bands down nice and tight and try and keep them near the floor. So again, there is work to do on your hands. Or just roll it around really tight and put your elbows on the floor. Okay, lovely, good. Are we ready to go? We're going to do a push up with the other leg, with that resistance on. Okay, so elbows, let's stay on the floor. Okay, so I push up against that resistance and against gravity. So that glute really has to work for me again. Good, get me that push up. Keeping those elbows on the floor with that band really wrapped around your hands several times. You're strong on the back of that leg. You've already had that leg lift. Push. This goes into your lower back as well. Lovely, good. On this one, all I do is change my legs. Okay, so let's get ready to go. Foot underneath my knee, elbows to the floor, push up. Don't arch your back, keep your zip and hollow on, and really get that push up. Good, elbows staying on the floor. Give me that push. Good work, well done. Okay. I'm going to change that again. This time I stay up in my bridge. I pull those bands down so the elbow's on the floor and the knee comes in and out. So this top leg moves. Okay, so I'm up in my bridge. I stay up in my bridge. Pull it down. Good, so my bridge stays there. And the work is building up on the underside of my bridge. Hamstring, glute, and into my back there. So my zip and hollow is on. Don't let your bridge droop down. Keep it high. Let that leg work. Get that push away. Keep the elbows on the floor with that tension still on the bands. Never let your band go floppy on this. Really keep that tension on the band the whole time. Good. Check that your bridge has not dropped. We want it nice and high with that zip and hollow on. Lovely, good. I'll change it over. Everything gets a little rest here. Before we go again. Onto the floor, and off we go. Yeah, get me that push, get me that lift. Make sure that other foot is fairly underneath the knee. Oops, sorry, I've been going up and down, haven't I? Totally forgot. It's up and down with the leg, not with the bridge. Yeah, so really get me that push through. Staying up in your bridge. Push and push. That work building up on the back of my other leg, through the glute, through the back. Good work, well done. Okay, lovely, good. On my last one of this, it's going to be about a tricep extension. This is the last one that I'm using that band for. So again, so you don't have a load of it flopping about, hold it there, then pull it and put it on your chest. Okay, so my arm is going to work a tricep lift, but from my shoulder to my elbow, I do not move at all. It's an up and a down, like that. Again, the resistance is being held by my other hand. Okay, so get that resistance on, get your shoulder on the floor, pull that band so we know we're not cheating, and get me that lift through the tricep. If it feels too easy, take more of that into your hand. Good. And again, like all triceps, that elbow has to go super straight. That wrist towards the ceiling. Again. Don't let that hand come back towards you. Work it all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely, good. And then I'll just swap it over. So remember, shoulder on the floor, elbow there, resistance here, hold it onto your chest, let the other arm go up. Ready? And off we go. Good. So again, after you've done the first one or two, if you want to tighten that grip, do. Give me that lift. Push all the way up. Keep the shoulder on the floor. Let the tricep do the work. From my elbow to my shoulder. Stays constant. I just get the elbow straighten off. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. So we're staying on the floor, but I'm coming to my smaller band. Okay, so a medium heavy or heavy resistance. Surround my legs. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be lying on my front, zip and hollow definitely on. I'm going to raise up with my top half, and then my bottom half is going to raise, open and close with the legs. Okay, so again, it's all about that back, top part of my back, lower part of my back. Okay, so get that smaller band, get yourself ready, and we're getting onto the floor. Okay, a few more seconds until we're ready to go. I'm here, my zip and hollow on, my hands just by the side, so it's going to be one lift, like that. Okay, zip and hollow definitely on. Are we ready? We've still got 8, 7, 6. Okay. Okay, top half, bottom half. Yeah, so get that squeeze, get that lift each time. Good. Can we feel that lift through your back, upper back, lower back? Well done. You can rest it there before I have our second set. Okay, lovely. Here we go. Good, so I'm getting that lift, I'm getting that squeeze. Really keeping that zip and hollow on, really feel my glutes working for me. My core keeping control of this the whole time. Good work, well done. Okay, onto my side, on my elbow, I get one leg lift, one straight lift. If you can't do that, you can lie down and give me the leg lifts each time instead. Good, so again, I'm not rushing it, I'm staying straight, my abs pulled in, gets me that lift. Full leg lift. There. Full leg lift. Full top half lift. Yeah, so again, I'm going to scoot around and do the other side for my second minute. Lovely, good. Okay, onto the other side. Okay, full leg lift, full bridge. And again, you can be lying down on this if you feel that that full bridge is too much. Woo! I have to really keep my hips forward. Keep your hand on it, keep your zip and hollow on so you don't fall backwards. Yes, give me that lift. Lovely, good. So I'm lying on my back again on this next one. So we're just down. Just hold it there. Okay, on this one, the band just around my feet. Okay, so I'm like that. So what I'm going to do is push one leg away, and as I do, come up and across. So quite tight on the core here. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute on one leg, 1 minute on the other. Okay, so are we ready to go? Keep got it round your feet. Okay, here we go. Penultimate exercise, this one. Good, so as I push away, I can feel it on the front of my thigh, up and across. I still want this leg to stay here, not be pulled back with the other leg. So make sure it's a constant. Keep your zip and hollow on, bring that elbow up to that knee. Lovely, good. Intense. Penultimate exercise though, just one more after this. Okay, I've got the other side to do. So I'm up with those just around my laces. Okay, this time the other leg goes away. And up and across. Really getting that shoulder up. Getting that shoulder off the floor. Really feeling it now in my oblique, on my left, bring my right up and over. Still feeling it in the legs as well. Lovely, good. Okay, our last exercise. Around your thighs, feet outside of your hips. I'm going to come up and then I'm opening and closing on the legs. Okay, so I'm up, opening and closing on the legs. Good. Now I'm going to make this an ab one as well. Halfway through, I'm going to let you know, whoops, it's behind me, isn't it? That we're going to come over, hold it there. Okay, squeeze it over. Feet are outside of your hips. That elbow, managing to come up with that shoulder. Still squeezing from my obliques. Still keeping my glutes working. Knees are wide. Let's work on this band. Good work, well done. Okay, lovely. This is it, the last 45 seconds. Feet outside of your hip area. Up and getting those knees out. Halfway through, I'll stay up. And you'll do me that last exercise, which is that elbow coming across while I'm holding my bridge up. Okay, here we go. Give me that squeeze across. Keep that bridge up high. Keep that resistance on the band. It's tight, it's taut the whole time. And good work, well done. Okay, lovely. We're coming off that timer. And good work, well done. Okay, I'm going to go straight into my stretches here, and I'm still going to use that band. So I've got it over just one instep, and just coming back and getting that hamstring stretch out. Just pulling it down and in. Okay, just if it comes a little bit closer, if it relaxes off, you just move a little bit closer. Okay, lovely, good. I'm leaving that there. The other leg comes in, and hamstring stretch. Again, just keeping that tension on that band. Another little pull in. Okay, well done. I'm taking that band off. Okay, straight into my glute stretch. Just a classic glute stretch. Keep that foot flexed. Bring that knee in. Hold on. That's it. Just keep that work on that leg. Either pushing that back leg forward or pulling it forward with your arms. Okay, lovely. Then onto the other side. Crossing it over. Reaching through for that thigh. Keeping the foot flexed so the knee stays out. We don't lose that stretch by just crossing our legs over. It needs to be out at that angle. Okay, lovely. Coming down with that leg, up with one leg, hold behind, look at that leg, keep the abs pulled in. You're going to come up, and we're just going to stretch out that lower back by just having the knees out, the feet are together, and then what I do is I just drop my head down, drop myself down, pull myself down over my feet, and stretch out that lower back. Let your head fall as well. Just concave myself, just stretched over that lower back. Okay, this time as I come up, I'm going to push out on my knees and scoop my chest up and out. So there is tension on my arms, pushing those legs out for that inner thigh stretch. Okay, lovely, bringing it in, and then we're going to go down onto the downward dog. So just bring yourself around into that downward dog position. You can have your feet out if you want to, if you really feel that you can get that height pushing through. Okay, lovely, I'm going to walk through a little ways, and then I'm just going to drop my hips down onto the floor there, or near the floor. You can soften your elbows. I feel you're getting that stretch out on those front of those abs, those long abs. Okay, lovely, you can come back into that downward dog position again. You can walk your hands all the way back this time into the position on your ankles there. Okay, then you're going to bend the knees, and then you're going to unroll with your head and your shoulders, the last thing to come up. And give those a little roll around. Just getting that roll bigger and bigger, up and out, up and out. Good, and now I'm just going to do a little roll over to the side. Rib cage comes away from my hip bone. Over to the other side. Okay, we'll do that again. And over to the other side. Lovely, coming up to the top. That big breath in. And then on that breath out, I'm coming out and down. And give a little shake through. Okay, very well done today. Remember those bands, really handy piece of equipment to take with you wherever you're going, and then just a little bit of imagination, or just watch me and get a really good workout from those bands. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it today. I enjoyed showing it to you, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye bye for now.